looking at the dynamics and the differences between a home inspection and, let's say, a commercial property. Let's say you have an investment property.
Right.
How does that work, April?
Well, I'm going to start by saying that a home inspection is an inspection of an emotional purchase. When you are buying a home, there's emotion attached to it.
Yep.
Right? That's
Right.
where you're going to live, where your kids are going to live. You're worried about safety. You want it to look a certain way. And buying an investment property is very different than buying a home. It is not an emotional purchase. It's an investment. You are spending money. You want to know what the bottom line is and how this is going to affect your pocketbook, right?
Yeah.
That is the difference in general. As far as hiring an inspector goes, not every inspector can inspect homes and commercial properties.
Okay.
Again, there's no licensing requirements, so anyone can, but not everyone should.
Right.
And having experience in commercial inspections makes a huge difference. We particularly use different standards. So where we use the CREA standards, that I told you about, CREIA.org, you can find all the standards. Those are specific to 4 units or less. Anything 4 units or less. That's what the CREA standards are for. We use a different set of standards, a different standard of care. It's called ASTM. And this one, ASTM.org, same thing. It's American Society of Testing and Materials, which is a weird name for it.
These acronyms.
I know. Always acronyms. But that particular set of standards is different. And it's a different standard of care. And I'll give you one quick example. On homes with the HVAC, with the air conditioning units, when we're testing or we're inspecting a home, we have to test those units. We have to turn them on, and we have to report on the workability of the unit. Is it working? When we're doing a commercial inspection using the ASTM standards, we don't have to do that. Wow. We just have to locate the units, notate what type of unit it is, what the make, model, year is. That's it. We don't have to actually test the units because it's a different type of purchase. It's a larger purchase. We're not going to test, let's say there's, 50 units in an apartment building. That's 50 testing, that's a lot of time that's consumed, and time is also of the essence. So that's another difference. On a home, you generally have one inspector, maybe 2 if it's a very large property. On the commercial properties, at least our company tends to send out multiple inspectors because no one wants this to be more than, a day. We try to do almost anything in a couple of hours, 3 hours. If it's really large, maybe it's going to carry into the next 3 hours or so. But I mean, one day, it shouldn't take more than one day. And with one guy, it does generally, on a very large property, it might take more than one day. So you need a company that has multiple inspectors to do that.
Yeah. That's interesting.
And also the reporting is a little different. Whereas we try to give the report the same day for home inspections, if you have, let's say, 4 or 5 inspectors on a property, well, that takes time to compile the information together. It takes time to put it into an understandable form. So we tend to do 24 hours later, around within 24 hours.
Longer turnaround time for getting the report.
Exactly. And it's usually fine because it's a different type of transaction.